After we pass, we are definitely reunited with everyone we loved who was here with us in this lifetime. And then some. Their ancestors, great grandparents, great great grandparents, other soul ties that you've never even met before, but who were always present in the background while you were living this life on earth. But yes, definitely, you are reunited with those people who you loved so much and experienced so much grief on earth after they left and you were still here. And the love that you have with them is even more, I would say, than you have ever been able to feel when you're here on earth because there was still that separation of our bodies. But on the other side, it's just all that interconnected love, and it's astounding and wonderful. Now, saying that, there might be times when you think that you miss someone so much that you want to just be there with them again. But that's not what you should do. And the way to think of it is, grief it's terrible. It's a void as deep as the love that you felt was high. It's maybe not something that you're ever going to, quote, get over, but it's something that you learn to live with. And if they had passed before you, so they were still here, and you don't have your body anymore, but you're able to see them, how would you like to see them? Would you like to see them so distraught and so upset because you're not there? That would not be what you would want to see. That would not be something that you would ever wish for them. And that's not something that they wish for you. They want to see you happy. They want to see you enjoying the earth as much as you can. They want to see you thinking of them and having happy memories. They want to see you enjoying life with other people who are still here. And a way that you can honor people who have passed, think of the things that they brought to this earth. Think of the things you missed most about them. Embody those things and bring those to the earth while you're here. In that way, they are still with you because you become their best qualities. You share those with other people. You get to see reflected back what you were reflecting back to them while they were here. The best thing you can also do is to try to enjoy life. I know it seems impossible, especially shortly after someone passes or on those anniversaries. But really, those anniversaries, they're just new days. The calendar is kind of a made up thing. So if we start collecting anniversaries of things that make us sad, we're actually taking brand new days and adding a sad energy to them when all they were was a brand new day. The things that happened in our lives that were really sad or tragic, they happened once, and that once becomes further and further away. It goes further and further into the past as we're moving forward. You're not forgetting about someone by not being totally distraught and upset a certain amount of days and then a certain amount of days from the day that you lost them. That's not honoring them. And it doesn't mean that you're forgetting about them if you happen to laugh that day or if you happen to go out and have a good time with people that are here who you love and love you. That's honoring them, giving that love and that joy while you're here on earth. That's the best way to honor them. I know, easier said than done, like everything, but right? Time flies when you're having fun. So the more you're able to do that, the faster it's going to be when you get to see them again. And the greater impact you're going to have on earth with your time here. Their time was finished. It may have been an accident, it may have been an illness or a tragedy or totally unexpected, but whatever it was, their time here as that personality, as that person is no longer, and yours is still here. So you have to make the best of and the most of it. The personality or the person, sometimes in spirituality, people call it the ego. And they say you have to rise above the ego or kill the ego and then just be your soul. You do have a soul that's bigger than your body, and that lives on, that it's infinite. It lives on in the afterlife. But to cherish your personhood, to heal and cherish. I talked about this a little in the first video that I did, but I want to talk about it a little more. To love, cherish, and honor your personhood, who you are as a person, that finite being, that's like cherishing and honoring. Have you ever seen a rainbow or, just a beautiful night or had a great night out with friends? Or when, do you ever see a baby being born? Have you ever, all these moments, you are a moment. Your entire life is a moment in time. Seems like it's awfully a lot longer than that. But when you look back as a soul at all the different lifetimes, If you were to look at all the different lifetimes, they're all just brief moments. And so to make that as full of love and beauty as you possibly can, and to really know yourself as a person, any of your ancestral trauma, any things that were passed down to you that actually hurt you and other people, to be able to overcome those and heal those and share that healed version of yourself with the rest of the world. It's beautiful. It's absolute magic that only you can create. That's another side part of it, but you absolutely do reunite. If you meditate, if you ask for them to come to you and visit you in your dreams, they may do that if you're open to it. But to try to stay as connected as you were here would not be a good idea, because your time on this earth with the other earth beings is still now. Their time for that has passed. So you may want a nice visit, just you haven't seen them in a while, be open to it, just to let them know how much you're thinking. They know how much you're thinking about them. But to hear back from them, you'll know when it's them when they come to you in a dream. You'll know when it's not just imagination or some nice dream. It's them. And maybe if you're open to it and it would make you happy, they would come and visit you and say, I'm doing fine. If you ever want to say anything to them, say it out loud or think it in your thoughts, and you can feel that connection. It is beautiful. I've had that happen. I did not have that happen with a friend during my near-death experience. I didn't see him. But when was it? 2009. So this is then 11 years later, when I wasn't expecting it at all. I was in Sedona, Arizona. I was at a place called Cathedral Rock. And I was sitting there meditating, and it's supposed to be a real spiritual place. And I was sitting there meditating, and all of a sudden my friend who had passed in 1998 was just there. And he looked transparent, but he looked the exact same as he did the last time I had seen him. And he said a couple real nice things, like I can share with you, I suppose. He said, you're doing really well. You know, it's not easy, but you're doing really well. And I'm always looking out for you. And then he just kind of disappeared. And I was so shocked, or I'm getting a little teary now. I was so shocked because I didn't go there, you know, asking to see him, or I wasn't at that moment. I thought about him a lot. I still do. But I wasn't at that moment thinking about him or trying to call him or reach out. And he just showed up and just had that message and just disappeared again. And I've seen him in dreams here and there. I think about him all the time still. And he had an untimely early, from what we gauge as standards, early passing. And it was beautiful. But I also know that he's not physically here. And there are people and pets and animals and nature, and even myself, my own physical body, that are physically here. That's supposed to be where my attention is. I can't wait to see him again. But I can wait to see him again. Because this time is really short. I mean, even that I'm talking about was 2009. How many years ago was that now? 15? It goes by fast. It really does. Just do your best and always act out of love. Have as many good feelings as you can for them. If you do feel the sadness and the grief and it washes over you, you know, have a good cry. If you do need assistance in processing that grief and in staying in the present moment and not constantly being in the past, there are grief counselors, there are support groups, there's lots of things, there's lots of people on this earth that can help you with that. And I do think you should absolutely take full advantage of that. We are physical beings, we're biological beings, there's psychology, there's, you know, different things. It shouldn't just be about trying to meditate and connect with them all the time, or, you know, trying to make complete peace with yourself. There's 8 billion people on this earth. A lot of people have been through the same experiences or very similar. And a lot of people will feel better themselves if they're able to help you. And then maybe you'll go on with things that you've learned to help other people who will feel better because of you and because you overcame the pain in, again, not to get over it, but to be able to get through it and to live and enjoy your life while you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I would love to share so much more with you. Bye.